centimeter?
It's about 8-9 centimeters. And this is Andy from Unplugged TV Australia, sitting in the Model X third row, plenty of leg room, and enjoying the ride. What an amazing car. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Unplugged TV Australia. This time with a special edition. I'm going to drive to Brisbane now and pick up my son, and then we are going to a special event. So the car is not fully charged today because I was using it this morning already. I had a dentist appointment and then I went for a customer appointment afterwards, and I had only 1 hour time to recharge, and we are at, say, about 70-ish% or so. 70.1. I know my car, huh? And there was only 4 kilowatt hours, and now we are going for a 86 kilometer drive. It's just me and my son. We're doing a father-son thing today, you know? That's what you do. And at the Tesla store we will see the Tesla Model 3. We will see the Tesla Model 3 for the very first time. So there are only 3 Model 3s in Australia so far, and the unveil is today. So one car is in Melbourne, one in Sydney, and one is in Brisbane. The event is only open for reservation holders. So you needed to RSVPC. You needed to sign in on the website to see the car today. I think it will be available for the public as well later on this week, but today is the day I had to go. Okay, we've got another 82 kilometers until I can see the car. Guys, this Aldi truck comes just at the right time. I will let him overtake me and then drive behind him. Saves me heaps of energy. So I now have just turned on charge mode. I thought I did. I have done it now. Because we are going up this hill here, and until we are on top of it I will use the charge mode and drive on a little bit of petrol. The battery is almost empty anyway. I'm trying to keep the battery level as high as possible until we get to the city, so I can drive there on electric power. I've got only 5 kilometers left at the moment, so I need to recharge the battery while we are driving a little bit. And this will also happen right now when we get over this hill on the other side. We will recharge the battery while we go down. This could potentially be a B2 and B3 recharge with about 12 kilowatts for about maybe 1.5 kilometers or so. So pretty good. And I'm still behind this truck. Saves me energy. So I've just flipped the mode from charge to safe, because the battery is almost charged from halfway up, so we are 60% state of charge, and I've got 18 kilometers on battery range, and this will be enough for me to drive in the city until I pick up my son, and then we go for a drive to Fortitude Valley in Brisbane and plug in the car at BMW as we always do, and then we walk a couple of meters to the Tesla store. So we leave the car at BMW and then walk to Tesla. That's what you do. Because Tesla, of course, they won't be very impressed when I unpack my Tesla adapter and ask for a charge opportunity for the PHEV. I should actually try. So we are now almost in the city. You can tell the traffic is getting insane here. I'm not used to all this traffic, really. Coming from the countryside with only 3 or 4 cars on the road at the same time. This is insane. So we are 18 kilometers away from the BMW charger. This is the end destination it shows now. We've got 22 kilometers left, so I'm turning off safe mode now. And from now on we are driving in pure electric mode. We need to change lanes here. So far 3.6 liters per 100 kilometers. I used the charge mode a lot to recharge the battery from 5 kilometers shown to 22 kilometers shown, and only 3.6 liters per 100 kilometers so far. This is since this morning, so it includes a 30 kilometer drive on pure electric already. I'll show you the trip card later, as always. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of traffic here in Brisbane now. I'm constantly driving the car in B5 now. It's so handy to have this high region brake force available all the time. You just lift your foot off the accelerator and the car brakes really strong. So B5 in the city, excellent. There he is. Oh, thanks. Thanks, mate. Yeah, put the box now, so it doesn't rattle.
I have a sleep over there.
Yeah, Stefan had night shift last night, and the night before.
And the night before,
and the night
before that.
Oh, so he's a bit tired. If he falls asleep, wake him up. So we've got another 6.6 kilometers to drive to BMW now. Am I in the way? No. And we've got 8 kilometers range, so it should be totally fine, because we don't use much energy in the city. And of course the charger is totally supercharged with BMWs. We'll talk to these guys, so if they can move a couple of cars. There's my charger over there. That's where I need to go. Nice people from BMW. Moving now the V12 BMWs away so I can charge my Outlander PHEV here for free.
It's actually a V12.
That's
what
a V12, yes. Hey guys, I just realized I walked into a BMW store with a Tesla t-shirt on. This guy wasn't overly impressed to move 2 vehicles now, because they've got a little bit of a space problem at the moment. But they still do it. So thank you, BMW in Brisbane. Thank you so much. Thank you, BMW again, and thank you, ChargePoint. So we now have to walk from BMW and Fortitude Valley to the Tesla store. It's about 5-6 minutes of walk, and then we'll see it, we will touch it, smell it and lick it. Do you want to lick it?
Yeah, I'll lick it.
You lick it? Okay.
Only white interior though.
It's a silver car. I've seen photos already.
Oh, that's cool.
Some of my followers sent me emails with a car here in Brisbane, so I know what color it is already. It's a bit like when the new iPhone comes out, you have to stand in line for the best of the best. So 15 minutes later we are still waiting in the queue here, but they have got some cold drinks and coffee for everyone. A sneak peek. No legs. Only a few meters away and then we are in.
it just pops out. But if you guys want to go on both,
So we still haven't made it to the actual car yet. I'm just checking the charging on the Outlander here, and you can see the initial balancing after probably half an hour, 20 minutes. Slows down the charging, balancing all the cells, and then keeps going with 3.3 kilowatt. First glimpse of the Model 3.
Das hier mit so geilen schwarzen Reifen, die ein bisschen noch rausgucken.
hey guys.
Made in California. That's not me.
That's what.
Andy. Nice to meet you. Okay.
Stefan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great time.
Thank you very much.
We seen one before. Yeah, we just said it. You got to California.
We've got a plug-in hybrid at the moment. There's only this one tweet from Elon Musk years ago, and they said, yeah, Model 3 will be Cameras hier. Schön da drüber hier, der Wind. Schön da unten drunter. Windnummer.
Left and right.
Oh yeah.
Really, really good.
Oh yeah, it's good on here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep.
It's so simple, right?
It is.
But it's not like anything else. It's really, really good.
It's very small.
It is small, right?
It is small.
It's pretty fresh.
I like this finish.
Can keep this fast.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, see you then. Bye bye. All right, and we are off again. Okay, so what do you think? Do you want one?
Yes.
Okay, me too. We've got only one in order. So what are we doing now? Do we share it or do we order another one, a second one?
Order another one.
Okay, it's up to you this time.
What?
So Stefan and me leaving Tesla now. Guess tell you, it's always a bit weird to walk into a BMW dealership with a Tesla shirt. This guy is nice, lets me out. Thank you again. Okay, you should actually swipe the card before you unplug, but we are just unplugging and had a good time. Okay, just making fun here. Battery gauge shows full. Let's see how full we are. 90%. 90%. All right. Should have turned the other way. So, just dropped off Stefan here at home. We are at 76% now, driving home from here. Just put my address in here because I don't know how to get back to the highway from here. Always good to have a navigator. Okay, and this is a 80 kilometer drive. We've got 31 kilometers left. So we're driving in city traffic. Amazing! Alright, let's go home. So we are sitting here on the Ipswich motorway in the car park. Lots of afternoon traffic here, people going home from work. And we are doing less than 10 kilometers an hour And you know, the PHEV is doing great. That's exactly the perfect conditions for this car. Because you're not using much energy, even if you're standing here idling. 59% state of charge. We still have 19 kilometers left. 2.7 liters per 100 kilometers all in total so far. Since this morning, since I started the car this morning at 8 o'clock. So while we are sitting here on the car park on the Ipswich motorway, I probably have then some time to give you a little update about the Model 3 we've just seen here at Tesla in Brisbane. And as you can imagine, I have probably seen all videos about the Model 3 available on YouTube already. So I know pretty good what the car looks like, what the features are and everything else. We could spend 2 minutes actually sitting in the car at the driver's seat, and the two things I realized straight away was the steering wheel was a very small diameter. It was thicker than the PHEV one, which is fairly thin. And the seating position was terrible. The seating position was just cramped in, but that was maybe because the seat wasn't adjusted for my size. I felt pushed into the corner of the seat where your bum goes in, you know, where it was just cramped in and it was just uncomfortable to sit in. I sat in the back seat before for a couple of minutes on the other side, and the back seats are super comfortable. So I hope there was just a wrong configuration of the seats which I had there. The other thing I super liked was the dashboard. The dashboard is just one big wooden strip, and this is all easy to clean. This is my main concern when I walk into a car and see all these buttons and say, oh my god, how do you clean all this? Then you've got one big screen. The screen is amazing. The screen is very bright. It is super responsive. We had to wait about 20 minutes in the line actually before we could get into the store, because there were so many people there and they let only a certain amount of people to the car, which makes sense. So we had to wait 20 minutes in front of the shop, but we got water supplied and yeah, had a good chat with other people. The guy who picked us up at the entrance, he got us into the Model X first, and that was probably a bad thing to do, because the Model X is the most luxury car they have. The feel of the whole car was extremely beautiful workmanship. And then you finally stand in line again to come to the Model X, and the Model X felt a lot cheaper. So I was a little bit disappointed at this point of stage. Even I knew the car before. Come from a Model X into a Model 3, it's just not the same. You know, you get it. That's a different world. And of course it is. I mean, that's probably 1/3 of the price only. What I totally disliked on the Model 3 were the handles. So you press in with your thumb and then you lift the whole handle with the other 4 fingers and pull the door. It's a little bit to get used to it. What I didn't like is you probably scratch the paint work with your fingernails. After a while you have all these marks on your paint work around the handles. The boot, or the trunk as some people say, is very deep in the car. The opening space is not great either. So this is certainly not something our dogs would jump in. Yeah, so I think it's not really designed to have dogs on board, because they need to jump into this tiny opening at the back and then they are trapped in this dark hole. Still in battery mode. 10 kilometers left on the gasometer. I will soon switch the safe mode on in the car to save my 10%. We are at 46.3% state of charge. All in total, I think it's a fantastic car. The display and the handling of the steering wheel seems to be very nicely done. The whole quality of the car was flawless, so I couldn't see any gaps in the panels. it looked just amazing. I didn't like the color personally, but that's just the front trunk. The frunk is huge, far larger than I was expecting. Very, very spacious. So, well, yes, we still have our Model 3 reservation, and we will see what is going on when the car is coming out, what the pricing is, and we'll make a decision then. I have asked these guys over there, these product specialists, a couple of questions, and they were actually unable to answer these questions. They were very technical questions. You know how I am. I dig out some really nasty questions and ask them about charging speeds and tow bar options on the Model 3 and stuff like this, Couldn't answer any of them, but I was kind of expecting it. It was very, very specific question, and if you are not a nerd, if you are not into all the technical details, turning on safe mode now, it's hard to actually answer these questions. Maybe I couldn't find anything online, so I thought keep the questions until you are a Tesla and ask the product specialists. Well, yes, so we are going home now. This is our drive home on the Ipswich motorway still. We've got heaps of traffic, afternoon traffic, and I have to keep a good eye on this traffic here because people are driving like crazy. We are doing 90 kilometers an hour at the moment, and people are changing lanes all the time, left, right, middle, crazy stuff. Okay, let's get home safely first. I just want to quickly mention that the new OBD2 adapter from iCar, the iCar Pro Bluetooth 4.0 is amazing. I have never had any problems connecting the dog to it. It always connects at the first time. I never had to recharge my dog during driving, and also I can listen to the podcast at the same time without having any problems at all. Neither the podcast is dropping out nor the dog is losing connection to the OBD. Don't buy the cheap crappy one. So, what are we up to? This will stop, don't worry. This will stop. Okay, we are... Then the door bugs you. What the shit, eh? So, we are back home. Who would have thought? That was an amazing day. So, charged her 3 times. Once this morning. Then we came home and I charged back 4 kilowatt hours in between to about 70%. Then we drove to Brisbane all the way, plugged in a BMW and charged to 90% over there. And now we are back home and we are on 29% state of charge. And I will give the car a nice 10 amp charge overnight, starting at 1 a.m. in the morning. So it can slowly recharge to 100% and is ready for tomorrow morning's drive to work. And it can balance all this kind of stuff, can do all the magic to the battery, because it may not have done it for a while now, because we only charge to 90% all the time. So this was the charging from today. You can see it was already slowing down at the end, so we got 90% state of charge when we unplugged the car. And it had done a balancing at the beginning of the charging cycle, not at the end. Sometimes you've got a spike in here as well, a second one. But on the 15 amp settings, this one is very common. It balances the battery at the beginning. They have figured it out. They said this is better for the battery. Let's do it at the beginning, don't do it at the end. That's fine. So that was another 6.64 kilowatt hours added. Okay, I have to turn off the car. The battery cooling is actually kicked in. It connects straight away. The little disco lights are on here. 3.7 liters. This is the 3.7 liters. This is since this morning, since I've started driving the first time. This is the whole day now, 3.7 liters. I don't know how many kilometers there were. 186 kilometers and 3.7 liters of fuel. That sounds pretty good, but you have to remember we've recharged 3 times. So we totally recharged, is that correct? 12.6 only? No, that can't be true. We have used 12.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers plus 6.54 liters all in total. So yeah, the MMCS showed us 3.7 liters per 100 kilometers and the dog shows us 3.5 liters per 100 kilometers. So very close together anyway. And we have used 12.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers plus 6.5 liters on fuel all in total for 185 kilometers trip today. So it's not too bad, actually. It's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with this result. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this trip today. It's a little bit of a longer video, probably. I'm sure it will be a longer video. I'm not washing my hands anymore because I touched all these Tesla cars now. And they also told me that this t-shirt is not available in Australia anymore in the shops. This is obviously only in the United States available. Very unique t-shirt here in Australia. Then guys, thanks for watching, thanks for your support. As always, you stay charged and we will see us in the next video. Okay, bye bye.